Well, hello there, Fluffentines. We interrupt your regularly scheduled RL Furry Productions programming to bring you this unscripted, unrehearsed rant about why I hate Valentine's Day. So the obvious number one reason I hate Valentine's Day is the reason many people hate Valentine's Day. It's kind of a corporate holiday where you're shamed into spending lots of money on people. But the second reason is what we're here to talk about, and that's a little bit more complicated. Basically, I hate Valentine's Day because it reminds me that I'm not normal. Now, you may be saying, well, obviously you're not normal. You're wearing a freaking cartoon animal costume. Okay, yeah, but this is not my normal attire. I don't wear this all day and all night. I'm not a professional furry. I have a job and a life like any other person. I've spent almost my entire life without any sort of intimate relationships, and I don't quite understand why. And this particular holiday always reminds me of that and always brings me down. Almost every normal person has relationships, has many of them throughout their life. People talk about flirting and being hit on and dating and being asked out and things like this. All of these things have been conspicuously absent my entire life, and I don't really understand why. The best I can guess is it's some just bad combination of physical appearance, personality, maybe subtle things like eye contact and nonverbal things like that. I don't really know, but it's definitely a real thing for me. It's frustrating and often downright painful to go through your entire life not having a basic human thing like a relationship. Some of you that know me may be like, hey, but what about Zane? I thought you two were a thing. Well, Zane is a really good friend. To me, he's a best friend. I mean, I love him like a family member, but there's no intimacy or physicality aside from a hug when he picks me up and drops me off at the airport when I meet him at Megaplex every year. So as important as he is to me, he's a good friend, and that's a little different than the type of relationship that I'm talking about. To give you an idea, I never dated anyone in high school. I was never asked to date anyone. I had one girlfriend in college. I think we dated for 6 to 8 months. We never did anything other than kiss. I really never fell in love with her, although she was a very nice person and she was reasonably attractive. Now, at this point, I am well over the age of 30, so a long time has passed since my junior year of college. I have not dated anyone since then. I have not been hit on. I have not been flirted with. I have not had any opportunity to get into a relationship since then. And it's becoming really obvious that something is off. In terms of physical appearance, I will admit, and no, I'm not getting down on myself excessively, that I'm not a super attractive person. Yeah, my body has a nice athletic look. I recently posted a picture for the first time ever on Twitter, being really happy with my body shape after some dieting and exercise. That's not the whole picture, though. I didn't show my face on that picture for a reason. My face and neck look like they belong on a person who weighs over 300 pounds and are somehow inexplicably photoshopped on this 150-pound athletic-looking body. It just doesn't match. I have had a couple people recently tell me that they think I'm attractive. One of them has only seen me briefly in person and I was wearing a mask the whole time. The other one, I think, is either just really trying to help me feel better about myself or maybe has different traits that they find attractive that are not typical. Not sure on that, but most people don't seem to find me physically attractive. I've had one friend just flat out tell me that I'm average looking, and another one tell me that I'm not his type. And throughout my life, I've had this really awkward thing come up numerous times where somebody gets put into a position of having to say something complimentary about my appearance, and inevitably all they can come up with is, "You have pretty eyes." So basically they're saying, yeah, this little fraction of 1% of you is okay looking, but the rest of you is butt ugly. In terms of personality, I don't know what the problem is there. I mean, yeah, I'm not super aggressive, like going after people trying to get dates and trying to hook up or anything, but a normal person, having lived as long as I have, would have those things just happen organically. And people keep telling me that. They're like, it'll just happen sometimes. It'll happen eventually. Well, eventually has come and gone at this point. There's something different about me that's preventing me from having normal relationships. So I can't figure out what the heck is going on. nobody else can really figure it out either, unless they just don't want to flat out tell me that my personality sucks and I'm butt ugly. Relationships are such a part of normal human life that being completely unable to function in that capacity is really difficult. I mean, thankfully I don't suffer from clinical depression or anything like that, so please don't worry that I'm going to hurt myself or something extreme like that. I'm not going to. It just brings me down when we have a day of the year that's focused on relationships and I am perpetually not able to find one. Now, this may seem a little bit strange, but I'm honestly not sure I really want a relationship. Maybe what I want is just simply the validation of knowing that I'm able to be a normal human being and get into a relationship. But what the whole thing really boils down to is I just feel abnormal, and this Valentine's Day every year just makes it worse. This is a day I dread. This is a day I just want to end. I don't really know what I can do about this unusual situation I find myself in. I haven't really got any useful help from anyone else about this. I don't think anyone really understands my situation. It's even gotten kind of nasty a couple times. On a furry YouTuber chat that I used to be a part of last year, 2 other YouTubers basically insinuated that I was a loser for not being able to find an intimate partner. Both of them pretty much said the same thing, like, well, I'm not very attractive and I get dates all the time, insinuating that, I don't know, there's something just really wrong with me. That felt really nice. Thanks. What do you think about it? Is anybody out there in the same situation as me? Am I not alone in this? I'd kind of like to have normal interactions with people in that regard, and I'm not having any of those. It's like nobody ever expresses any single bit of interest in me. Something's going on, and I don't know what it is, but all I know is this day sucks for me. Will I get into a relationship someday? I don't know. Do I want to get in a relationship someday? I don't know. Do I want to have the normal indications from other human beings that I'm worthy of being in a relationship with? Yes, but genuinely. I don't want people to try to make me feel better after seeing this and pretend that there's something attractive or interesting about me when there isn't. It'd have to be a genuine organic thing that happens. Now let me just add as I wrap this up, if you enjoyed Valentine's Day, if you had a significant other, if you celebrated it together, I'm not bashing on you for that. I'm happy for you. I'm certainly not trying to make you feel guilty for having a relationship and enjoying this day. A lot of people do. I scrolled through my Twitter feed this morning and I saw all of these people that were in relationships talking about their partner and the gifts they'd gotten and how they care for each other and things like that. And that's amazing. Thank you as always to our super amazing patrons. There is a link below in case you would like to be super amazing too. Thanks for watching. Hope I didn't bring anybody down. Rant over.